All right, I'm going to do a reading right now on Mars and Venus. So Mars and Venus are getting closer and closer to each other in the sky. They're currently moving through Cancer, and they're visible a little bit after sundown. Um, and it's pretty cool because they both just moved past the two heads of Gemini, Castor and Pollux. So they just moved through there, and they're in Cancer currently, which is kind of a void if you're looking from most places. Unless you have a super dark sky, you can't really see the stars of Cancer. But anyway, Mars and Venus, they're getting very, very close together. I think the quote unquote conjunction happens on like July 1st, but they're going to be really close together for like the next 2 months. So I'm just looking here to see what sort of stuff we can expect from that. Okay. Well, our root card. We've got two that wanted to stay there. Right. So we've got the Five of Cups and the Chariot. Now, we'll find out more about this when we put down the main card over here. All right. So this is a lot of family relationship stuff that is going on. Now, the Five of Cups shows the old married couple. And like communication is broken down and they're not listening to each other anymore. Here you see the cups, they basically represent their emotional connection. Three of them are knocked down because they're like, this sucks. But here's the two that show the purity of the connection. And here we have the Chariot, which is like, I'm getting the fuck out of here, right? So this is highlighting directed action, um, directed movement away from the stagnant phase here in the Five of Cups and moving toward the Ten of Cups, which is the happy reunited family. So this is actually the same two that are in the Ten of Cups over here. And this is good news. However, it is going to highlight all of this stuff. So if you have relationships that have been too close and have been like communication has been breaking down and they just feel really stagnant, um, those relationships are probably going to start to explode a little bit, or at least there is going to be an urge to get the fuck out of them. Now, here, it is to lead to the happy reunited family and all of the stability and harmony that shows in the Ten of Cups. So let's just put a little bit around this 10 to see what else is going on here. Well, all right. So the reverse Six of Swords is like trying to get away from something and it's like very sticky. So the soldier in the card is getting away from the burning city of conflict. They're like, fuck this. They were involved in a dispute that can never be won. And that happens a lot in these sorts of situations. But here the soldier is like, I can never win this war. There is never going to be a winner, so I'm just fucking getting out of here. Now, when this is upside down, it just shows that there's some reason that it kind of follows them. And on the other side, we have the Knight of Pentacles, and this is like pattern, structure, discipline. So I'm guessing that this is really about creating new patterns within your life, new patterns within your relationships, trying to get from this sort of stagnant Five of Cups energy to the Ten of Cups. All right. I mean, that seems clear enough to me. So, what about a person who is not really in one of these Five of Cups relationships? is this energy helpful? Oh geez, it just fell out on the ground. Is this energy helpful for such a person? And we get a Four of Wands. And I mean, this would show a yes, but this is commitment, right? This is shared commitment. Um, as far as like a single person or a person without this sort of relationship already, it looks like this Mars and Venus energy coming together is a good time to make a sort of a shared commitment. Um, Interesting. Let's see. Is there any really bad stuff that comes with it? Bad according to me. Right. And the Two of Swords. So the Two of Swords is desire and fear being equally strong, and therefore nothing gets done. Now, if you're looking at some sort of relationship like this, or if you're a single person and are terrified of commitment, then this is going to show up. Um, and I think this might be the key, which is sort of creating new patterns. And also in the chariot, which is very focused, directed energy, directed movement. So this is being clear about where you're trying to go. And that's a whole fucking reading in itself because that has been very difficult for me. But it's all about creating new patterns with this in mind. And a lot of these new patterns showing up, or at least being faced with creating them, it is going to cause a lot of this. So when the Two of Swords shows up, it's important to know that the restriction that you feel um, is coming from you. You know, the Two of Swords, this creature doesn't even know that they're only one creature, right? They each feel like there's something that is fighting them, and there is something fighting them, but they are actually the same creature. So, with this, as you're trying to reconfigure things and you're feeling a lot of resistance, try to look inward enough or maybe outward enough to see how much of that is just you fighting yourself, or being afraid to do something that you have no evidence that you have any reason to be afraid of it. That's the irrational fear. So we do have one more that just wants to come out here, and we get the Ace of Wands. So this is new creative energy. I can see how all of this stuff would be very good for creativity. Any time that you have old relationship stuff that's coming up for a songwriter, that's gold, or for any type of artist. But it looks like this is a good time to allow that creative energy to come out, and on top of that, to kind of care for the things that you are creating. So if you start writing a song or something, to just think of that like a baby, and that baby is going to need attention and love, and so on. That is what we get here. And I also do personal readings, and you can hit me up on it's the Gmail that goes with the YouTube channel. It's tarot by Fergus at Gmail. You can send me a message if you want a personal reading. They are $40, and I accept Cash App and PayPal. So paying for those is easy, but we can do that, and that's what we have. Peace.